I do
What's
want
the
to
link for the slideshow?
no slideshow because I'm lazy and I didn't have Jackson. I don't have Jackson here to do the click noises, so I do want to get started here soon. Though I want to get as many people to Ackley as able. They are wanting a lot of people. If it ends up getting to the point where we're still going and those who are already planning on going to Ackley need to leave, just type. That's no problem. We are recording, so we will have something to look back on, and I'll be around all day for questions. So no worries about that. Before we start, does anyone have anything? And as we're going, someone could watch the waiting room. If anyone's in there, pull them in. So to start out with, you can see I'm not Scuba. He and Cascoon both did step down, and for a couple reasons. Big thing, they were tired of dealing with Battalion. Battalion had started walking on them, had been disrespecting them, and not treating them fairly, especially Cascoon, but Scuba as well, even though he has done so much for this unit, and they decided that a change of faces might be best. At least give it a try. And we're going to do the best to keep his wishes. So that's why they left. And moving forward with Razor, I'm not planning on changing anything. It is going to be very similar, if not exactly the same as how it was ran before. Flight commanders are still the go-to. We are in constant contact, so they have my permission and what's the word I'm thinking? They have authority as if they were me. I trust them. I have always trusted them. I always will trust them. Um, my role in this, I want to do everything I possibly can to keep Razor going on the current path. We are very much in the spotlight right now with the regime change. Everyone is going to be watching us from the team members all the way up to battalion. Everyone's going to be critiquing us and watching for us to mess up. So we need to do our best to make sure that that doesn't happen. We are going to be the same Razor. We are going to do everything properly. We are going to do everything how it is meant to be done. We are going to do it how it works. So all I ask from you guys is to continue holding up the standards that Razor has always had, and to help out wherever you're able. We have lost a couple people, and we might be losing some here soon to transfers. We just ask that you guys hold on. You guys do what you're supposed to. Do what you know is right, and I can't ask anything more from you guys. When it comes to those who do want to transfer, we understand the unit's not in the best place right now, and we don't blame you. We don't have any ill wishes towards you, and it is perfectly within your right to do so. That being said, that there is a hold on transferring out specifically to the 91st. They might try to hold it for anywhere else. It will be at least 2 weeks, maybe more, because I do know that there are 8 people not within Razor looking to transfer, roughly. So it may take longer than 2 weeks if you are. Just if you do want to go that route, talk to me. I have no problem with it. I will do my best to get you where you want to go because in the end, this is a game. I want you guys to have as much fun as possible. I want you guys to enjoy it how you're supposed to. Looking at I'm sure you've all seen the different Razor, the different flight discords. This is not meant to be like the Lightning Discord. This has no similarity to them at all. All it does is it gives us a better way to organize and know what's happening. It's to be used just as a group chat would be. It will be the main go-between for you guys and your flight commanders when it comes to doing trainings and organizing and having meetings. You can do whatever you guys want in there. You can post whatever you want in there. I'm not gonna govern it. The only reason that me and Kuchiban are in there are to keep it as legal as possible without having the higher ups come in. So those servers are very much your servers, and you do with them what you guys see fit. We still want to use Razor General for interflight communications. We don't want Razor General to be dead, because if we built a full Discord for our entire detachment, that would likely become a problem. That would likely become like the Lightning Discord in the eyes of many outsiders, even if we didn't treat it like that. If you guys want to do trainings between the different flights, say second and third flight want to do something together, flight commanders, section leaders, that's for them to communicate about. That is for them to decide, and they will be the main channels of communication in regards to that. Looking at the roster and our open slots, we have a lot of flight commander and section lead positions. We are going to keep those open for a while. We're going to see who has interest. We want to see who can or can't do it, and we just want to get a feel for everyone that is interested and make the best decisions for that going forward. That being said, talk to your flight commanders, talk to your section leaders if you do have an interest in moving to one of those. We will take it all into consideration. We will be meeting regularly to talk about it and discuss, trying to put who has the best fit in the best positions. And what was the other part? When it comes to promotions, we will be meeting regularly. We will be trying to keep it on a semi-regular basis of if you meet the requirements regarding time and grade, regarding skill, regarding mental fortitude, not the right word, but if you are deserving of the position, we will get it to you as soon as we can. Looking at our ranks, CXM and up all have to go on the promotion board, so it may take a little bit more time than expected to get you guys those, but we will get you any ranks that we feel are deserved. Really the last thing I have in this blurb of words that's kind of a mess. We really need you guys to continue filling out schedule. Need you guys to be on top of that. Again, we are under the spotlight. We need to be as organized as possible in case someone does come up with an accusation against us. We will have all the evidence needed to disprove it and more. So continue with continue filling out your schedule. Keep it as up to date as possible, as well as section leads, flight commanders. It is your guys' job to do trainings, to do them weekly, bi-weekly, whatever you guys see fit. But I do want to have those continue. That is my main spiel. And now I open up the floor. Any PTSs, any questions, if you want to ask them one-on-one, message me. I'll be around all day. And yeah. Go ahead, Snuffles.
I think number-wise, I'm pretty confident in this. We're a little bit smaller than infantry squads when it comes to each flight individually, and I don't know if we really have that much information we need to be passing around and disseminating through those kinds of channels. What really brought on the Discord servers? I think infantry squads, they just have one channel, right? They don't even have a whole server. They probably
They
have
do.
their own group chats.
So I believe they have a platoon barracks and different squad barracks. For us, the main thing is just so we have it's a lot easier to go through the different files, okay, they're meeting at this time. This flight is doing this while this flight's doing this, and we can see a better paper trail of who's doing what rather than being in a group chat where it's just a blurb of text that no one in 2 weeks is gonna remember what was said then.
Okay.
Zara?
Sorry, did I miss a link or something? I don't see a Discord link that's been. Are you referring to our own personal ones that we each flight may have set it up on their own?
Yeah, so first through fifth flight all have their own separate Discords.
Right. Cool. I wasn't sure if there's another one I wasn't aware of.
Nope, just those.
So the original idea for the Discord was it was just an easier way for us to, or for the flight commanders to track the group chats, because we would have to have one with the section leaders and one with everybody. So it was Zorro actually brought up the idea to me originally a while ago, and we've had one going already. And it's pretty much just so I can talk to the section leaders, and then I can do little announcements to everyone in the flight. It's not really a main place for talking or anything like that. It's just to organize the group chats a little better.
Bushi Kaj, do you guys have anything that you want to add on top of anything that was said?
Not for me. I'm fine.
Alright. If no one has any other questions, I'd say the meeting at Guide Salvador.
Just trying to get my head around this, but you mentioned even team leaders having eyes on Razor. Like, why would it be as low as team leaders?
Everyone, so when it comes to Razor, everyone watches us in server, mainly in server. Everyone's always watching us. If we make a mistake, it means that we lose a lat. We go down with a squad in our lat. It means that squads get delayed, and we want to do our best to keep Razor in a good light for everyone, because that's what it has been billed as. That is what Scuba worked so hard to make Razor. Everyone's going to be watching us in server, out of server. So we want to just continue holding up the standards that Scuba brought.
Yeah, so just as a detachment, we've always been a little more detached from everybody else, so we've always had a little more of our own discipline. We've always had our own way of doing things, and more freedom than a squad or a platoon may have. And basically, we want to keep maintaining that freedom and a little bit of that separation. Because if we don't, then things like us having to go on the promotion board for our promotions happens, even though we don't necessarily have the same requirements. So we kind of just want to keep making sure that we're not doing anything wrong, and we're not bringing unnecessary attention where someone may say, hey, we need to step in and fix this, even when they may not be involved with us at all.
My only comment was to Salvatore's mention would be due to regarding why team leaders as low as that, as well as for me closer to home with Cyclone 3-1. Their team leaders may have changed, but the names there throughout the entirety of the platoon may have changed, but there's some veteran names there, and they do chat, they do talk with each other, and it does go up on Razor's performance and how we do in operations at the time, since they'll probably see the same pilots in their operations week after week.
I think I was just having a little bit of a brain fart with my TBI when you all eyes on us. I get, like, I totally understand. I think it was just it threw my brain for a slight loop when you started mentioning like TLs and whatnot.
Yeah. One thing I do want to add, if you guys do end up having any problems with anyone, if anyone just tries to yell at you, says you're not doing things properly, or anything of the sort, come talk to me. Come talk to any of the flight commanders. Let us know. Flight commanders, I really do want to know this stuff so I can stay on top of it. I encourage you to try to manage it one-on-one as adults. I don't want it to be a shouting match. I want you guys to be adults about it, talk about it. If either they are dead set that you did something wrong and you know you didn't, but they're not considering that, then come to us. Let us know. We need to be on top of it. We need to do our best to keep them. We need to be as informed as possible so that we can keep outside hands from coming into Razor. We want to keep Razor as separate as possible because we are capable of running ourselves. We are capable of being a separate part that runs parallel. So if we don't have any more PTSs, then meeting is over, I guess. You guys are more than welcome to hang out. Talk amongst yourselves, talk amongst us, ask any questions. Just kind of continue. Things will be continuing very much as normal. Thank you all for coming out.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna hop down. Thank you for inviting us.
Have a good one.
User left your channel. User left your channel.
So
User
we're all just
left
going
your
to sit here in
channel.
awkward silence then, are we?
Yeah, that's typically what happens.
Well, actually, I do.
This
Okay, a
is a
question
classic.
now. Just this happens often. No. A question does now just pop into mind, and this probably targets closer to mainly flight commanders and above only. Are we concerned that swap may be progressing, or markedly our removal of swap is progressing a little too fast, considering the state of Razor and every other attachment at the moment?
When it comes to that, I'm at least hoping they won't decide to completely remove it with all these errors, because that will take out half the unit, basically. Or at least half the unit's effective strength. I will be fighting against it until it is in the state where it's supposed to be, where everything is working properly. If it does come to the point where they decide to pull it and we don't get that much of a say in it, then we'll just do our best to cover down and continue as best as possible.
Yeah, because I'm still currently fighting from a C-shot perspective from this point of view, because where assets are breaking everywhere at times, and it's a little difficult to do anything.
Yeah, there's
Which
a lot of
assets?
people that.
Also, if you have Zeus Enhanced loaded, unload it because it got implemented to base army yesterday and broke everyone's Zeus.
What?
Zeus Enhanced got implemented into base army yesterday.
So it would be like having two Zeus enhances now.
Yeah, and it causes Zeus to just go, no, middle finger.
It's actually working fine right now.
Working fine? Because it wasn't working for me trying to do BCT yesterday.
It's just fine now.
Okay.
Oh, excellent.
Good news is I'll bring that up this Sunday if that is a continuous problem. Ethan, if you could just DM me that, we'll bring that up to Zeus HQ.
screenshots.
Yeah, just send that my way, and we'll get that sorted out for Zeus HQ.
But other than that, did you have any other problems with Zeus assets? Maybe just the placements?
We besides beards at times, I don't know if anyone figured out what the fuck went on with the beards. Beards started just glitching. Besides our armor values, at times seemed a little bit hectic over the place. Assets being a little bit short-handed with what can be used, and then it just comes into weapon balancing. There's just a whole bunch of schemes going on everywhere else. Minoc also having issues. For example, I think it happened yesterday. They had technical issues with their Super Saber, mod related. It was believed to be, but it's just little things like that are just popping up every so often and everywhere.
And you know, the whole ADSD issue at the moment where it doesn't radar lock and then just explodes you midair.
No, I did not know about that. Yeah, there we go.
No, 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 no.
Little things like that.
It's silent, doesn't radar lock you, and just fires, and you die getting very confused.
Huh.
Well, there's times
Right.
it's also a silent radar lock where it doesn't ping, but it still hits you
Your
as your
channel was
double
edited.
double impulse too.
As you're at double impulse, yeah.